Hi, and welcome to our session today. You are a Scrum Master. What's next? How to get unstuck in your role as a Scrum Master. A few tips to help you grow your Scrum Master abilities in different areas, starting with Scrum, of course. If you are a Scrum Master, you need to know Scrum and need to know Scrum very well. So, a few suggestions. If you have not done that yet, study the Scrum patterns and also avoid anti-patterns. On the right, there are a couple of books like the Scrum Pattern Anti-Patterns Guide, recently published by Stefan. He is a trainer in Germany, and he's written this very nice book, Zombie Scrum Survival Guide. One of the co-authors is Johannes Kartau, another good agile coach. So both are good guides. Help the team in increasing its effectiveness. Again, move away from efficiency, instead focus on effectiveness. How can the Scrum team become more effective in achieving the goal, delivering value to the stakeholders? Which often means also helping the product owner do their job better. And sometimes it means coaching, learning a little bit about product management so you can help the product owner in a better way. You may want to learn from other Scrum Masters. There is an example there, that's a YouTube channel I run called Truly Scrum, where I interview Scrum Masters and they share their tips on their job and how to be effective. I also share a few books on the right here. One of them is Sprint Your Way to Scrum, which I co-wrote with another trainer. And it offered 50 practical tips to accelerate your Scrum and basically help your team become highly effective. Kanban. Even if your team is not using Kanban, even if your team is a Scrum team, there are a lot of good practices, a lot of good tips that come from Kanban to help your team become more productive. So I really invite every Scrum Master to learn more about Kanban, and the book from David Anderson is considered the Bible of the Kanban method. And then Agile Retrospectives. This is should be number one tool in your toolbox. This book from Esther Derby and Diana Larsen, Agile Retrospectives, Making Good Teams Great, is a great guide to making effective retrospectives. And finally, you may already have a certification like a Certified Scrum Master. That is great. You may want to consider the next level certification, like the advanced certification or the professional certification. I also run a program called Become a Scrum Master, which is a hands-on program to practice being a Scrum Master and practice driving an effective team. So there was Scrum. Another area I would like to cover is facilitation. How do you grow as a facilitator? So here are a few tips. One of them is cross-facilitate with other Scrum Masters, with other Scrum teams, because this is powerful. This is great. We can learn from each other and we can elevate our skill set. You can also offer your product owner to facilitate their workshops with their stakeholders. For example, when they do backlog prioritization, when they look product vision, when they do road mapping, you could facilitate these workshops with them or for them, and that will give you some good practice in facilitation. Again, facilitation is not leading, is not directing. You don't need to be an expert in backlog prioritization or road mapping. You're there to facilitate the conversation. The product owner will drive the content. You can also take a training like a Certified Agile Facilitator course from Scrum Alliance or a training from the back of the room, which is highly recommended to give you a different perspective on how to facilitate team activities, training programs, and workshops. A couple of books here: Brainstorming and Innovation Games, give you some tools and techniques to actually facilitate different types of activities. Getting to Yes could be an interesting change of focus, change of view for breaking resistance and conflict between people and teams. And then the Sprint book, that's about design sprints. It's a great book to learn how to facilitate product management workshop. That's one example of how to facilitate these activities. Next area is coaching and mentoring. I want to share that coaching is powerful, but it's also difficult. So it requires training and it requires practice, in particular practice, to do it well. And the more practice you get, the better you make you as a coach. For example, you may practice within your organization. Offer free coaching sessions to your team members or to other colleagues, one-on-one or with a team. You may also complete a coaching course. There are many offered by different organizations. Scrum Alliance offers the Certified Team Coach or the Certified Enterprise Coach programs. Coactive is another organization. And then, of course, there is the International Coaching Federation, the ICF, which is a worldwide recognized coaching organization. And then on the right, I'm sharing a few books like suggested reading for to get a perspective on different ways to do coaching, for example. And then finally, you may not come from a product management or product ownership background, but you may still need to coach your product owner and support your product owner so that they can learn how to do their job properly. So this is about learning some of the product management techniques yourself and maybe practicing a little bit. So for example, you can offer product owners your help to facilitate the product management workshops. You may ask a product owner to mentor you, so become a mentee of a product owner. You may complete a product management training, like, for example, the Certified Scrum Product Owner training or the Certified Product Innovation Professional training from Spark Engine. There are 1,000 books on product management out there. I just posted a couple of them here as a suggestion. You may want to explore what makes more sense for you. And again, this is about you product owner, you Scrum Master, learning what is the job of a product owner, what do they need to do, so you can become a better coach for them as well. In fact, I recommend taking a certified Scrum product owner course to every Scrum Master who really wants to hone their skills and become a better coach for their teams. And by the way, if you ever consider switching career one day to become a product owner yourself, this can also give you that starting point to explore that career option and see whether that is interesting for you. My name is Valerio Zanini. I am a certified Scrum trainer with the Scrum Alliance. I am a certified product innovation trainer with Spark Engine. And for the last 7 years, I started and I manage a consulting company based in Washington, D.C. We do consulting and training, helping organizations really around the world learn and adopt Scrum and Agile practices and product management practices.